This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Yo everyone, and welcome to a new Dragon Ball video. Well, I say new in quotation marks, because this is actually a re-recording of an old what if I did a long time ago. I'm not exactly happy with how I did that one back then, so I re-recorded the audio, and I touched up some stuff here and there. Don't worry, this isn't gonna be a regular thing, I'm not gonna do this for every old what if. I just really wanted to do it for this one, because it was one of my favorites, and I just wasn't happy with how I sounded in it. And for those of you who keep asking, since we're talking about old what ifs, yes, Saiyans in Star Wars will be coming, so look forward to it. Anyways guys, enjoy this extra video for those who haven't seen it before, and welcome to What If Goku Was Raised by the Galactic Patrol Remastered.
Last time on Jaco the Galactic Patrolman. Wait, what? A young Saiyan has been blasted off to Earth. The untimely destruction of planet Vegeta under a meteor has left this kid as perhaps the last Saiyan alive. However, he is dangerous and cannot be allowed on Earth. It is up to Galactic Patrolman Jaco to stop him. Jaco has spent some time on Earth awaiting the Saiyan's arrival and repairing his ship. Will he be able to keep Earth from sure destruction? A new galactic hero is born now. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they Goku for you? What if Goku was raised by the Galactic Patrol?
Jaco talks with Tights, Bulma's sister, as he awaits the Saiyan's pod to crash. He slowly begins to open up about himself. There was a crucial change in this timeline that made a world of difference. Many years ago, Jaco messed up on a mission, and he could have gotten innocent civilians killed if it wasn't for the timely arrival of two senior Galactic Patrol agents, Jaya and Merus, two other members of the Galactic Patrol with more experience than himself. He felt absolutely horrible for putting civilian lives in danger and felt that he would have to turn in his badge. However, when he goes to turn it in to the Galactic King, Merus intervenes. Merus smiles, telling him that his heart is in the right place, but he needs to train a little harder in order to make that dream of peace and justice into a reality. After that, Jaco decided to give himself one more chance at becoming a super elite, the dream he's always had. Jaco was then moved to the Earth sector, since the previous guy assigned to it, Diora, the Cashman, had gone missing. Jaya had sent back intel about Earth that would be useful to Jaco on his mission. This is Jaco's last chance at being a Galactic Patrolman. This sector was chosen because it's pretty low risk compared to other parts of the universe. It only has one planet with life in it, and the inhabitants of said planet are pretty weak. They don't even have complex space travel. I mentioned two characters here, Cashman and Jaya. Both of them are from two separate Toriyama series. Jaya is actually one of the first instances that the Galactic Patrol was mentioned, and it's probably connected to Dragon Ball in one way or another. Cashman less so, though there are cameos of characters from Cashman in Dragon Ball Super. With his new assignment, Jaco starts to change his whole outlook in life and his job. He starts working out more, running more, focusing on improving his hearing, reading police comics, and even getting pointers from Merus from time to time. As a result, Jaco is slightly stronger, and his hearing, along with his agility, have improved. He starts protecting his sector with gusto, and nothing much happens. Most aliens really don't bother coming to Earth. It's in the middle of nowhere. But everything changes one day, when his ship's radar detects a space pod heading rapidly towards Earth. He chokes on his space donut and coffee, and immediately punches his ship's coordinates to Earth at max speed. His ship crashes down against the moon and ends up at an old man's house. This is when the events of the Jaco manga happen, up until the time for him to finish his mission. This time, unlike the original story, he is completely focused on the sky and rushes to a ship the moment he sees the Saiyan pod crash. He lands and approaches the pod carefully, but it was just a toddler. Pretty low power level toddler at that. The kid had a tail and was wearing Frieza Force armor, so he was definitely a Saiyan. What gives? Kakarot doesn't attack Jaco, simply choosing to instead stare at him, looking scared and nervous. Jaco tilts his head and realizes that the kid is just as scared as he is, if not even more so.
Sheesh! A Saiyan?
The first thing he does is take the boy out of the pod, which causes the kid to bite his hand first. He slowly gets him to calm down. The Galactic Patrol doesn't take long in cleaning the area, and an old man named Gohan arrives, just to wonder in confusion why there was so much commotion. There was nothing there. During his ride back to HQ, Jaco is the one transporting Kakarot, and sees just how terrified he is.
So, you into sports? Yeah, I didn't think so. Want a donut?
Do they lock him up in space juvie? Do they put him in space orphanage? All the Saiyans have been killed recently during a meteor crash. Hiding him from Frieza might just prove to be risky. Perhaps Frieza's the one looking for him? The last thing the Galactic Patrol needs is a reason to speak to Frieza. This is when Jaco speaks up and offers to look after the child. This shocks everyone, even Jaco himself, except for Merus, who smiles. Jaco offers to be his guardian and tells his superiors that he'll do anything to protect the boy. He will also train him, and he will become a worthwhile addition to the Force. The other officers doubt these claims at first, but he gets backup from Merus and Jaya, who is also noticing Jaco's improvement. They vouch for him, and the Galactic King really doesn't care either way. Thus, Jaco begins to raise Goku. But was this the right choice? At first, Kakarot is really unruly and acted very violently, but over time, he started to change, becoming sweeter. His name might still be Kakarot, since Goku was already 3 years old when he was sent away. Without the fall and the brain damage, perhaps he remembers his name. But if not, then he'll probably be named something like Super Space Cadet Delta. As the years go on and Jaco brings Kakarot in and out of the Galactic Patrol HQ, the other agents start to warm up to Kakarot. They interact with him more and more, especially Merus. He takes a particular interest in the boy after seeing just how quickly he's able to learn. Kakarot becomes something of a mascot to the Galactic Patrol, being this smiling, happy kid that cheers everyone around. Kakarot is constantly riding along with Jaco in his spaceship, accompanying him in missions and watching him arrest criminals, help people in need, and more. Seeing this, as well as all the talks that Jaco and Merus instill in Kakarot, make Goku have a great sense of justice. Jaco continues completing missions with higher success rates. He gets promoted a few times, gaining more recognition in the patrol, and getting assigned more areas to patrol. Goku wants to be a proper Galactic Patrolman one day, but the others want to wait until he's older. During times when he's away, on dangerous missions, Jaco drops off Kakarot on Earth with Dr. Briefs, or Amori, so Kakarot is a childhood friend of Bulma. They play together, and Bulma probably makes Kakarot her guinea pig during experiments. When Kakarot is in space and in Galactic Patrol HQ, he even gets trained by some other elite agents, namely Jaya and Merus. Goku may end up physically stronger than young Goku, but his ki usage is nothing compared to him, likely relying on his blaster. Many years pass, up until age 749. Jaco is instructed by HQ to undergo a very dangerous top-secret mission that requires him to fly to the other end of the universe. Realizing that he won't be able to bring nor see Kakarot for a while, he takes Kakarot to their favorite space diner, where he tells him that he's going on an extremely important super elite mission and that he won't be seeing him for some time. Kakarot gets sad, but Jaco says that he's giving Kakarot his own mission. While Jaco is away, he won't be able to keep an eye on Earth, so it's up to Kakarot now to watch over and protect Earth as an official Galactic Patrol cadet. Kakarot is extremely excited by the news, returning to HQ. There, Merus, Jaya, and Jaco brief Kakarot on this mission and give him his very own Galactic Patrol uniform, badge, and laser pistol. Kakarot salutes them, telling the patrollers that he won't let them down. The Earth is a pretty safe place, so nothing bad could possibly happen, right? Jaco heads to Earth to drop off Kakarot at Capsule Corp. He tells the cadet to remember his mission, and Kakarot confidently says, "Of course! To protect the people and serve justice, just like you taught me." Jaco smiles as he tells Dr. Briefs to take care of the kid, flying off in his spaceship. Bulma welcomes Kakarot back, and even tells him that his arrival couldn't have been at a better time. Kakarot wonders what she means, shaking a little, thinking that he's going to be another experiment. But she explains that she found a strange-looking ball in her attic last week. Thus, the first arc of Dragonball begins. I will skip through most of it, but it's worth mentioning that Goku can fly with his hover boots, meaning he doesn't need a flying Nimbus. Bulma and Kakarot would eventually befriend old Gohan, who takes an interest in the kid. Goku, being a Saiyan, makes sure to note Gohan's techniques. This is the start of his ki training, even learning the Kamehameha from Gohan instead of Roshi. Gohan would also have the power pole with him at all times, but his sense of justice comes first.
Hey kids, don't go away. We'll be right back.
I hope you're enjoying today's Dragon Ball What If story. Be sure to click the link in the description below for 10% off your first purchase over at Squarespace. Squarespace allows you to connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated, members-only content, manage your memberships, send email communications, and leverage audience insights, all on one easy-to-use platform. Creating a healthy community is imperative to a good website, and Squarespace allows for threaded comments, replies, and likes. There are even third-party extensions for e-commerce, from inventory to product promotion, and streamlined bookkeeping. Squarespace is a great way to centralize all your website needs. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/SmugStick to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Anyways, back to the story.
And now back to our show.
And thus, he arrests Oolong on first meeting for kidnapping minors. He arrests Yamcha for committing grand theft and general thieving. He arrests Master Roshi for many charges. He arrests the Pilaf gang for endangering the planet, and he arrests the Bear Bandit for trying to hunt turtles without a hunting license. With Roshi having the most charges, Gohan is able to talk Goku into releasing Roshi, but Roshi breaks out of the handcuffs anyways. Goku makes Roshi promise to train him if he is to be released. Thus, for at least a few months, Goku trains with Roshi, completing his initial ki control training and making a friend out of Krillin, whom he almost arrests for cheating. However, rather than attending the tournament, Goku hears a bank robbery nearby. Missing his entry, he goes on to stop it. Gold is spread out everywhere as robbers attempt to make an escape. An officer named Shapat sits in the sidelines, waiting for the right moment to strike, and boom! He turns into Cashman. He proceeds to strike a deal with the bank manager that if he takes care of the robbers and brings back everything they stole in one piece, he'll pay him a lot of money. As Cashman takes care of the robbers, Kakarot arrives and assumes that Cashman is a criminal. He tells him to freeze, put his hands up in the air. Cashman recognizes the uniform as that of the Galactic Patrol and gets excited. Finally, he's saved. He can get off this planet, but Kakarot mistakes this enthusiasm as Cashman preparing to attack. And so, they start to battle. Kakarot and Cashman fight, with Cashman surprised to see how strong he is for a kid. He takes out his sword in an attempt to intimidate him, but Kakarot responds by taking out his staff. During the battle, the robbers attempt to flee with the money, so Cashman tells Kakarot to listen to him.
I'm Detective John Cashman. I'm a space cop, you idiot!
Now the two aliens work together to track down the robbers and take back the money by using their hover boots to pursue them into a warehouse. There, a money exchange was about to occur between the Red Ribbon Army and a certain assassin. As the transaction takes place, Kakarot and Cashman burst into the warehouse by crashing through the window. Kakarot and a dizzy Cashman put them all under arrest, as the robbers tell Tao Pai Pai that they'll give him even more money if they stop the cops. Mercenary Tao Pai Pai agrees, and he proceeds to fight Kakarot and Cashman. Although Kakarot is technically stronger in this story than in the original timeline, he only has some of Roshi's training and none of the fighting experience. Thankfully, Cashman is there to even the odds. At one point, Tao takes out his sword, as Cashman reveals his own sword as well. They then start an epic sword fight. During the fight, oil barrels are knocked over, and the whole warehouse is set on fire from a stray Dodonpa, setting the entire building and money on fire. With no money as prize, Tao simply decides to retreat, with the robbers being apprehended by Cashman. However, Tao makes sure to look, telling them that he'll remember their face. Goku knows there's more to this than meets the eye, and as he looks around, he notices a symbol, the Red Ribbon Army. Now as partners, Cashman and Goku swear to take it down. They end up questioning the robbers, and what they say shocks Goku, explaining that they're trying to find the Dragon Balls. This makes things a lot easier, and while the tournament is going on, ending with a battle between Jackie Chun and Krillin, Kakarot asks Bulma for the Dragon Radar, gladly giving it to him, saying that this won't take long. Cashman calls his ship, and the two begin to find the Dragon Balls. They first encounter Silver, making quick work of him, sending him to jail. White is next, having some trouble getting through Muscle Tower, but end up saving not only the village chief, but also Ader as well. After White is taken care of, they take that Dragon Ball. The adventure goes on like this for a while, with General Blue causing quite a lot of trouble for the pair, even able to destroy their ship crashing down at Penguin Village. Thankfully, Senbei ends up fixing their ship, and along with Aurelie, take down General Blue. They finally come face to face once more with Tao Pai Pai at the lands of Korin. Their adventures have made them much stronger, and the awaited rematch doesn't last very long. The two save Bora and Oop from his wrath and arrest him. Bora and Oopa tell them about Korin Tower, and although they don't have time right now, they make it a point to try and revisit it sometime soon. They want to find what's up there. With the Pilaf gang now in prison, the Red Ribbon Army has no trouble finding the remaining Dragon Balls. With that in mind, Cashman and Goku rush their way through the Red Ribbon Army base. However, the defeated villains are only staying at regular prison for now, until Goku's able to contact HQ and get them over there. But that plan will have to wait, because Commander Red uses his resources to break every single one of his forces out of prison. They all storm the Red Ribbon HQ, waiting for Goku and Cashman to arrive, though the patrollers were able to take them on in 1v1 of battles. Facing them all together is much more difficult. Blue's psychokinesis in particular causes a lot of trouble for Goku, and Tao Pai Pai takes the opportunity to defeat the two. Black, however, tells them to not kill them, to put them in the dungeons instead. Once they rule the world, it will be a lot better to make them an example, with a public execution. In the middle of the night, Goku wakes up. Cashman had been drawing with chalk on the walls. So, this is what it feels like to be in prison, huh? Getting a little taste of their own medicine, I guess. Goku tries to find a way to break out, but neither the Kamehameha nor anything else they have is working. In the meantime, the Red Ribbon Army is having a huge feast in preparation for their wish. Cashman looks at his watch, the only thing he was left with, and realizes the date. It's a full moon out there. His eyes darted over to Goku's tail and smirked. This was going to be very dangerous, but if they're able to break out of this prison, he'll be able to save both himself and Goku. Cashman grabbed Goku and told him to look at the full moon. Goku had been told by Jaco to never do this, that it was way too dangerous. But if Cashman told him that it was necessary, then their situation must really be dire. His heart began to beat fast. Cashman backed away as Goku began to transform into a ginormous Ozaru, breaking through the base. Meanwhile, Shenron was summoned. The Red Ribbon Army cheered loudly, but they weren't ready for what the wish was, as Commander Red wished to be a little taller. Everybody gasped. This wasn't what they were planning. Black was indignant and started to walk towards the taller Red. He took the nearest knife and was about to slice through him, but everything started to shake. Something crashed through the ceiling. A ginormous hand. Tao Pai Pai looked up and saw Cashman riding on the shoulder of the Ozaru. Tao broke a pillar and threw it, riding it up to Cashman, beginning a fight on the shoulder of the monster. It was clear that Goku was getting annoyed, firing blasts everywhere. Only a few people managed to escape, including an old doctor. There was no way that Red Ribbon was surviving this one. The turbulence of the Ozaru made one final punch from Cashman knock down Tao, and though Cashman tried to save him, he was only able to grab the sword, getting his hand sliced. At least he had a sword now. He finally jumped down, cutting through Goku's tail. He turned back into a kid. Cashman gave Goku his Galactic Patrol outfit. It had been confiscated by the Red Ribbon. He also gave him his blaster and hover boots. The two of them celebrated, arresting everyone and sending them to a minor Galactic Patrol prison. Even Tao Pai Pai, whom after the fall was nearly unrecognizable. Cashman transformed to become Shapad again, and called over his police station, telling them that with the help of the hero Cashman, they took down the Red Ribbon Army. He collected a lot of money out of that. Goku and Cashman had done it. They saved the day, though Goku did admit to missing his tail. He had less balance because of it. Not long after, Jaco returned from his mission. He picked up Goku, introducing him to Cashman, whom Jaco asked, "Oh, you're still here?" They returned Cashman to the Galactic Patrol, though he said that he still wanted to patrol around Earth as his alter ego as well. Goku said thank you to Bulma, Roshi, and everyone else, promising to train hard and that he would return for the next tournament since he missed the first one. And sure enough, he traveled the galaxy with Jaco and Cashman, as well as visited Earth every now and then for 3 years, all in preparation for the next World Martial Arts Tournament. He didn't do this for himself, not really, but instead because he wanted to get stronger in order to take down powerful foes. He eventually returned to Earth to go to the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai, where he faced off against Ten Shinhan. It's debatable who would win this fight, since at this point Goku would probably have enough training to be comparable to our regular Goku from the original story. Either way, Ten Shinhan has a change of heart and becomes a good guy. Over the next 3 years, Cashman and Goku head up Korin Tower, finding Master Korin, getting a little bit of training there. Krillin's not killed in the story because he never goes back to the tournament arena. Instead, Tambourine crashes through the window of the restaurant, attacking the martial artist, and though he gets close to killing some of the warriors, Goku takes out his blaster and shoots his wing. Tambourine tries to rush away, but Goku catches up with him. As he can't fly very well, he falls near the beach, with Goku not recognizing the species, but is clearly alien. He tells him that he's under arrest, but Tambourine says that the evil Demon King Piccolo will not stand for this, and a small battle ensues. Goku has some trouble, but he takes down Tambourine and arrests him. Though this creature was taken care of, Goku doesn't know anything about that so-called King Piccolo. He goes back to his friends, asking them about it. He finally gets an answer from the old Gohan and Master Roshi. It's just as they feared. the return of King Piccolo. They needed to do something about it quickly, rushing out and looking everywhere for any clues. Finding that other martial artists and contestants had been killed, Goku, Krillin, and Cashman look all over the place and don't find anything except for corpses. After finding out about this pattern, they see a giant hover ship flying overhead. That has to be where King Piccolo is, but they can't attack right away. If Master Roshi's fears are true, then they need to be careful. He has to be extremely powerful. They do, however, call on everyone else to come help them out. To their horror, they watch as King Piccolo summons Shenron. He's about to wish for eternal youth when both Goku and Master Roshi attack. But the wish isn't stopped, with Piano reciting the rest of the wish, and immediately the old king is returned back to youth. Things just got worse, Master Roshi said, but everyone is ready to fight King Piccolo and his forces. It's an all-out brawl, but thankfully Goku has some senzu beans from the last time he visited Master Korin. He spread them out through the group just in case. The villains are extremely powerful, and Goku has a lot of trouble with King Piccolo, even with Cashman, Master Roshi, and the rest to help. This was definitely the Dragon Ball's fault. No doubt, if King Piccolo hadn't found them, he would be able to win. Goku had to do something about the Dragon Balls, but that was for later. Both Krillin and Master Roshi were pushed to the edge, near death. Goku rescued them from Drum, but it was clear they were outmatched. They needed to do something about this. Goku sighed, hoping that it would work, pressing on his wrist and asking for reinforcement from the Galactic Patrol. King Piccolo laughed and continued to beat on Goku, telling his army to let his friends watch as he's killed. Cashman rushes in with his sword, but it's broken in half by Piccolo's nail. He's simply kicked away. Goku's about to be defeated, but something shoots right through Piccolo's arm. It's Jaya, the Galactic Patrolman, the first one on the scene. But the rest of the Galactic Patrol is not far behind. Jaco, Merus, and the rest of the Galactic Patrol arrive. Jaya shoots a thumbs up at Goku, with everyone swarming the arena. Merus takes care of the wounded, as the rest of the Galactic Patrol destroy Piccolo's army. Piccolo is flabbergasted, and as his forces fall, he's left alone, with the Galactic Patrol standing behind Goku. He's still very hurt, and Jaco's helping him up. Merus steps up, simply saying that King Piccolo is under arrest. King Piccolo is angry and starts to throw blasts everywhere, even destroying his own ship. Cashman looks up and sees that old doctor from the Red Ribbon Army escaping. He must have been the one to free King Piccolo. It's clear that they can't take down King Piccolo normally. With a heavy heart, Merus directs everyone to shoot at him. He's blasted away, but with the last of his breath, he spits out an egg. Jaya catches it and brings it back down. Goku is thankful to everyone, but he wonders what this egg is all about. It's clear he had given birth to one more offspring. They needed to bring him into the prison, but Goku didn't feel right about it. It hatches not long after, seeing that it's just a baby. As the Z fighters thank the Galactic Patrol, Goku approaches the egg. He walks up to it, looking at it and just thinking. There's clear anger in the baby's eyes, but Goku thinks he doesn't want to take this egg to prison. He wants to take it to his own planet. Goku screams out at Jaco, asking him whose race this baby belonged to, and Jaco says it looks like a Namekian. Goku says that he's going to take this kid, whom he names Piccolo Jr., over to that planet and take the Dragon Balls to the Galactic Patrol. They mustn't be used for evil. Bulma asks Goku why he wants to take the Dragon Balls. He replies that they're too dangerous for Earth. They already caused 3 catastrophic events that he had to stop. They're going to be stored in the vault. Meanwhile, this baby is going to be taken and raised on his old planet. Jaco argues a little, but Goku argues that, isn't this what you did for me? He saved him from a life in prison. Perhaps if raised under the right family, he can be a good guy. Everyone stays quiet but agrees. Master Roshi smiles, even though he wants to argue, since he has seen the destruction that Piccolo can cause. He thinks that Kakarot has grown a lot. This is a fair option. Goku would return in a year to take the Dragon Balls to the Galactic Patrol, but just as he's about to leave with the baby, a tall, green figure appears. Another Namekian, Kami. Everyone is scared, thinking that King Piccolo had returned, but he tells them to settle down. He is the god of Earth. He will not allow Piccolo to be taken anywhere. He needs to be defeated right here, right now. Goku says that no, this kid hasn't done anything wrong. Piccolo argues that this is the reincarnation of the evil demon King Piccolo. Goku doesn't care. He knows that he himself was destined to destroy the world, and instead, he was raised to value justice and peace. He will not allow Kami to take him. Kami notices something brewing within the kid, a strength like no other, and a conviction he'd never seen before. He does say that if something happens with that kid, he will have no option but to end him. Kakarot agrees with a smirk. It's like a new challenge to him. Kami did watch how him and the rest of the Galactic Patrol defeated Piccolo, and even asked Kakarot to go train up with him. Everyone is in awe, because they all feel an intense warmth coming from him. He's clearly very powerful and wise. Goku says that once he comes back for the Dragon Balls, he would love to train with him. Kami also has some problems with him taking the Dragon Balls, but can't argue with the fact that they've caused a lot of trouble. And though Goku's destiny is in outer space and not on Earth, Kami thinks that Goku is the greatest hero Earth has ever seen. Not only that, but he also wants to find out more about Namekians. It seems like just as he suspected he's not from Earth, he will have to talk to Popo about this later. Kakarot leaves with Jaco and the others over to planet Namek. It didn't take long for him to find a home for Piccolo, leaving him with an old man named Murray, though the Grand Elder also wants to see Piccolo, recognizing him as the child of Katats, and assigning Neo to be his guardian as well. Goku asks if he can visit the planet sometime, and the Grand Elder says that of course, anytime he's always welcomed. Goku wants to make sure that this kid is raised right, but for now, there's a galaxy in need of protecting. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed What If Goku Was Raised by the Galactic Patrol. If you guys want a part 2, then let's try to get this video to 4,000 likes. I am interested in making a second part to this, but the original was so long ago, and it didn't do too well when it was originally uploaded, so let's give it another shot. Before I end this, I just wanted you guys to know that If Goku Black Was Goten is now out on my friend Warpstar's channel. Him and my friend Ash worked hard on this video, so I would love for you guys to check it out. Link will be in the description below. Anyways guys, until we meet again, see ya!